Hello everyone, myself Mosam Pandya. I am your course instructor for Measurement in Industry for semester 5th Instrumentation and Control Engineering. Our topic will be resistive strain gauge, that is under unit strain measurement. Now we will have first of all a recap. Stress and strain relationship that we studied in the previous session, where epsilon x, epsilon y and epsilon z we derived with respect to mu, that is Poisson's ratio, and Young's modulus capital E. And for two-dimensional system we derived sigma x and sigma y as you see here on the screen. So with this we will start with strain gauge. What is strain gauge? Resistance strain gauge. So here we will be talking about the change in resistance due to change in the length and change in the cross-section area of the conductor. Say for example, a strip of conductor or a conductive metal, if it is stretched, then electrical resistance of the strip will increase, and if compressed, electrical resistance of the strip will decrease. Here if we keep this compression or tensile force within the elastic limit of the material that we are using, say for example the permanent deformation should not be there, in that case we can sense the change in the resistance due to application of the force, and we can calculate the amount of the applied force by inferring from the measurement of the change in the electrical resistance of the conductor. So with this we will see there will be basically two types of the resistive strain gauge. The one will be bonded and another will be unbonded strain gauge. And in the forthcoming sessions we will be talking about further types and constructions of the different types of strain gauge, but we will be talking about the two basic types here. So let us see first of all bonded strain gauge, where a thin wire is fixed on the structure with adhesive, and the application of force will change the resistance of this, and these 2 points shall be connected across our well-known Wheatstone bridge, which will sense the change in the resistance. This will be actually implication of the applied force. So the force can be tensile force. The tension causes the resistance to increase, and compression decreases the resistance. Here keep in mind the wire is fixed and no lateral forces are working here, that we understand here. Now the next is unbonded type of strain gauge. Unbonded means the metal strip or conductor is not fixed. Here you see there are 1, 2, 3 and 4 metal strip or thin wire conductors you can assume here, which can be stretched. So every conductor has one point connected on the movable arm and another point is connected into fixed structure. So what will happen here, this is force applied force to this moving arm, which is sometimes known as armature as well if you read from some books. And what if you apply the tensile force and compression force? So if you apply tension, so resistance will increase, but whose resistance will increase? The wire which is stretched. So the first wire and fourth wire will have increase in the resistance. Simultaneously the conductor here, second and third number, that will be compressed and resistance will decrease. So entire output will be combination of these 4 wire having increase or decrease in the resistance, and vice versa. If you apply the compressive force, the entire different or the reverse process will take place. So in that case, we will be able to sense the resistance and ultimately the application of the force. And here again we believe that no lateral forces are acting. Now we will be talking about a very decisive factor, that is gauge factor for resistance strain gauge. This theory is very much important with respect to GTU examination as well as the concept of strain gauge. So basically, what is gauge factor for us, that we will see here. So our basic equation is R is equal to rho L by A, where rho is specific resistance of the material of the gauge wire that we are using, L is the length of the conductor that we are using, and A is the cross section area of the conductor. Here specific resistance will be having the unit ohms into meter, length will be in meter, and area will be in the meter square. Okay. So with this let me clear here, we will be talking about the application of the tensile force, and the cross section area that we are taking is circular cross section area, where we will be using the equation of the area is pi r square. So let us define what is gauge factor here first of all before we go ahead. So gauge factor here will be defined as K. Gauge factor will be defined as K, and we shall write down here for our strain gauge that you should remember what is gauge factor. Gauge factor is delta R upon R, that is change in the resistance with respect to original value of resistance to the change in the length to the original length. So change in resistance to the change in length, that is known as gauge factor. Here we talk about the longitudinal strain that is being applied. Now let us say we apply force, and by definition we have this equation sigma is equal to delta L by L, that we will remember, and we will also remember the original value of R, that is rho L by A, where A is circular cross section area. Now see here we can rewrite the equation delta R by R divided by the sigma, and this is the one basic equation that we have received for gauge factor from the definition. As I said, rho L by A, here we will say A will be circular cross section area, hence rho L upon pi R square. What is R here? R is the radius of the cross section area, and that is the half of the total diameter. So R is equal to D by 2, where L is the length of the conductor and rho is the specific resistance of the conducting material. So let us say rewriting once again the equation, R is equal to D by 2 diameter, and we will replace this to the our equation. So R is equal to rho L by pi D square by 4. So remember this kind of this step will be very useful further when we derive the equation of the gauge factor in terms of the Poisson's ratio. And here we say force applied, so new resistance will be RS. So here we are applying tension, so length will be increased and cross section area will decrease. So let us say new resistance is Rs rho L by A. So here L will be added by delta L and the area of cross section is decreased. So here in equation pi by 4 d, that is d minus delta d square. So rewriting the gauge factor equation for gauge factor, the new resistance is Rs L upon L plus delta L upon pi by 4 d minus delta d square. So this will be whole square of the entire bracket in the denominator. Hence we write down d minus 2d delta d plus delta d square. Now here delta d is a very small quantity. In fact, let me tell you, the conductor that we are using, that will be having diameter in the micrometer range. Hence the itself d is very small, so delta d will be very small, and hence the higher power of the delta d can be neglected. So delta d square we can neglect here from the equation. So by neglecting delta d square, we will be rewriting the equation once again. Let us change the ink color for you. Rs is equal to rho into L plus delta L, and the denominator will be changed slightly, pi by 4 into bracket d square minus 2d delta d. That's it. Now we will be modifying this equation for a while to reach the combination of delta L by L, delta D by D. That is what we can reach to Poisson's ratio and Young's modulus, etc. These are the terms, generalized terms. So always equation is derived in such a way that generalized terms can be done. So here we are taking common L, so 1 plus delta L by L, and we are taking d square as common in denominator, that is 1 minus 2d delta d upon d. So this is what equation here taking shape is. Now keep in mind delta L by L and delta d by d, that will be very useful when you talk about the equation number 2. And now we talk about Poisson's ratio. Let us recall the Poisson's ratio once again. What was the Poisson's ratio? We use notation mu. You can write down this symbol, or you can use direct mu symbol, but use any one symbol during your derivation. So by definition, that is lateral to longitudinal string, delta d by d upon delta L by L. So delta d by d is equal to mu into delta L by L from the Poisson's ratio. And what we will do is, once again, we will be substituting this value to the equation number 2, and we will get another equation by substituting as I have shown you. So new equation of the resistance, new resistance Rs, that is rho L into 1 plus delta L by L upon, now we will substitute delta d by d is equal to mu into delta L by L. So that is 1 minus 2 mu into delta L by L, replacing delta d upon d by Poisson's ratio equation. So gradually we are moving towards the generalization of the equation for gauge factor. So let us rationalize the equation. Let us rationalize the equation that we have derived by multiplying numerator and denominator with the same quantity. Rs is equal to rho L into 1 plus delta L by L divided by pi by 4 d square in bracket 1 minus 2 mu into delta L by L. This was our equation, and we will be multiplying this. Let us change the ink color to make it more judgmental or observable, and we'll write down here once again 1 plus 2 mu into delta L by L. Denominator will also be multiplied with the same quantity, 1 plus 2 mu into delta L by L. Delta L by L. Okay. So multiplying the numerator quantities and multiplying the denominator quantities together. So our equation will take place in such a way that we will be able to cancel out certain quantities and rewrite the certain quantities. So numerator is taking place like 1 plus 2 mu 1 plus 2 mu into delta L upon L plus delta L upon L. Actually we are multiplying the two entire brackets of the numerator. By multiplying the denominator bracket, it will give you a square minus b square quantity kind of equation, and here we see. Now once again we are dealing with, in this equation number 4, very small quantities that can be neglected. So let us rewrite the equations. Let us rewrite the equations by neglecting the higher power of delta L, that is delta L square. Here we will be neglecting higher power of delta L, and we will rewrite the equation Rs is equal to rho L upon pi by 4 d square in bracket 1 plus 2 mu delta L by L. Here by mistake I am using the notation mu, but it is as good as our Poisson's ratio mu, that we are using V like notation, or we will remove it, don't worry, we will remove it. So and in denominator that was 1 minus 4 mu delta L square by L, so entire term is being 0, so in denominator only 1 is remaining, so I am not writing 1 in the denominator of the equation, and here we will be taking common, that is delta L by L. Before that, let us change our notation that we have used from this equation. Let me take the eraser and I'll remove it, and I'll once again write down the notation that we have been using in the from the starting of the theory derivation. Now let us take delta L by L common and rewrite the equation. So it will give you 1 plus 1 in bracket 1 plus 2 mu into delta L by L, and bracket completed, and hence we received the equation. Here you see mu is ratio, and we are gradually moving toward the generalized equation of the gauge factor. Keep in mind, this is very important theory for GTU syllabus, and one should remember this very well. After watching this video, you can make practice of deriving at your own, so you will be able to do it at the time of examination. Now let us go further. We will write down the new equation of Rs. And actually, what is Rs? What is Rs? Rs is the new resistance that is after change. So R plus delta R. So we can say delta R. Now we will be talking about the change in the resistance. Delta R is equal to Rs minus R. So delta R is. Now what we'll do is we will subtract the quantity R from the Rs. Now what is R? That is rho L by A, and that is rho L by pi by 4 d square. So here straight away I am writing the equation from the Rs minus R, rho L upon pi by 4 d square, and rest of the thing 1 plus 2 mu 1 plus 2 mu, or let us say we will be rewriting this equation for the RS. Let me add one more step so you can understand very well. RS is rho L upon pi by 4 d square into in bracket 1 plus 2 mu delta L by L was taken common, and in bracket. So what is RS? We are making the bracket open, so I am multiplying rho L by pi by 4 d square to the entire bracket, and hence the equation will become like this. So I have just rearranged the equation, and please watch it very carefully what we are doing here. Now what is R? What is R? That is pi by 4 d square quantity equation, that is rho L upon pi by 4 d square. So you look at the first term in the equation of RS. So if I straight away write down delta R, that is RS minus R, so it will, that first term will be subtracted as it is value of R. So remaining equation will be rho L upon pi by 4 d square into delta L upon L into 1 plus 2 mu. So here you see we can use both the terms mu and v, that is actually Poisson's ratio, and I'm rewriting it. And please do not commit the same mistake in the examination that I have shown you here purposefully. So use any one notation. You can use mu as well from the starting. So now delta R we have received, let us say equation number 7. Let us go ahead. So now it is time to again substitute few values. So what was our gauge factor definition? Let us recall it. K is equal to delta R upon R divided by delta L upon L. So we have received delta R, we have got the value of R, and hence you have to divide the entire delta R equation by the value of R, that is pi by 4 d square quantity equation, that is rho L upon pi by 4 d square will divide entire delta R. So let us write down, let us take little bit more pain to write down this longer equation. Please keep patience, and here we have R equation rho L upon pi by 4 d square, so that will be cancelled out, and in denominator, entire denominator, that we write down rho delta L upon L. Now you see here, let us take another color to cancel out, say delta L by L will be cancelled out, and here the term rho L upon pi by 4 d square will be cancelled out, and straight away the gauge factor we say 1 plus 2 mu. This is the final equation that you should remember always, and this is the last step of derivation, that you should derive the final equation for us. Remember it very carefully. So let us summarize the equation for today's session. We'll close today's session. So finally gauge factor is K is equal to 1 plus 2 mu, where mu is Poisson's ratio. Okay. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe the channel and like it, and if you have any question, please put on the email ID shown here.